This video is intended purely to communicate information in accordance with the right of free speech.
Any advice given is a suggestion, and anyone seeking such advice should consult a competent professional.
All statements made in this video are my own honest opinion, and they do not represent any other person or body. As such, sharing matters covered in this video is in public interest.
Hi, fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. How you going, everybody? I got a new job. I'm moving very soon, in about a month and a half. Well, month and a bit. Over the Easter holidays, I will be moving to Brisbane, which is the capital of my state. It's a much better situation. The school seems really good. And I'm excited because I can go to some protests, and yeah, I'm excited about that because I really want to go and be loud with protesting. Am I moving just because of that? No, I think it'll be good change. All right, so we're here today to talk about two people who I've talked about a lot. Used to cover Ray a lot more. Haven't covered him. I've covered him at Christmas time, and he was in my last top fails video because he's lost a bunch of weight because it was God. Anyway, probably about a month ago, Chrissy X Ord announced that she was doing a Ray Higdon something or other. Something exciting is coming soon. Ray Higdon, Chrissy X Ord. Now, that kind of surprised me because they're not really religious, you know. Ray, obviously he's got a name in the industry and all that sort of jazz, but yeah, they're pretend hippies, but she loves Trump. She's MAGA, she's cooker, she's anti-vax, she's all those things that Ray believes in, except for the God factor. So it's interesting. And this was on her Instagram, of which I'm blocked. And I found out, I've been trying to look into this other cooker lady, anti-vax person, Taylor Winterstein. She's in Monate. She knows RFK. She was involved with RFK in Samoa. So, and she's also in Monate. So I was looking into her, and she's already blocked me. I'm like, because I was trying to find her on Instagram. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I was going to do a video on her, but it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. So, anyway, Christy X Orders blocked me on Instagram. That's the story. So, Christy. So thanks to the DMs, to the people in the DMs. Love you. Also, I've created a playlist of Ray videos. If anyone wants to share that, because he is obviously trying to get a foot in the door at with Australian network marketers. Christy says, meet Ray Higdon, the industry titan. Built multiple 7-figure network marketing businesses after losing everything. Did he? I think he only was successful at one of his companies. Went from struggling to pay his mortgage to becoming a top industry leader. Did he? This is my point before, because I think he was top of one company. Created the Higdon Group, one of the most respected coaching companies in network marketing. Helped thousands of entrepreneurs scale to 6 and 7 figures. Oh yeah? How many are still 6 and 7 figure earners? That's what I'd like to know. Best-selling author of Time, Money, Freedom, and Freakishly Effective Leadership for Network Marketers. This is the kind of mentorship that shortens your learning curve and collapses time. I really want to see what he trains them with, because I bet it's the same shit he always has. Posture. I can't remember the other P's, but posture, all those ones. Now, I was looking on Ray's Facebook, and he's got a post here from yesterday, because I just got this. If you're someone that doesn't manage their money, why would God bless you? Can we buy a comma's expensive, Ray? Can we buy a comma then? Comma, why would God bless you with more? Yeah, if you're someone that doesn't manage their money, if you're someone that doesn't manage their money, this man's written books. If you're someone that doesn't manage your money well, comma, Why would God bless you with more? And then I just found, when I was looking for Christy X Ord's Instagram, I found a fake one, which had some of her posts copied. And this one from the April 23rd, 2024. 18 months ago, I lost 150K in a crypto platform Ponzi. Let's talk about it. What did Ray say again? If you're someone that doesn't manage your money well, why would God give you more? What happened? What happened, Christy? 150K? And can I tell you something? Pretty much all of the Enagic people who come through and do this shit have a I lost money in crypto story. Why is that? I've invested in crypto because remember iGenius, and they were like, oh, it's so hard to invest in crypto. It's just, like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to learn a new skill. I joined this company and they do it for me. Except that's not exactly how it works. So, especially for someone of my advanced years, I wanted to see how hard it was. It's fucking easy. It's like buying anything. You get an e-wallet, you put money into that, then you buy crypto. Okay? That's how it works. Anyway, all of them, like I lost probably like $100, and I put it in expecting to lose. All right. These guys have these stories, 150K, 30K, 80K. I've heard lots from them. All right. So we are going to watch this video of Ray Ray. I just wanted to preface this with, and they are doing this. This is going to have.
Hey. What is up? What's happening?
Oh, I didn't like that. Damn. I'm just going to mute this. Oh, that gave me a chill up my spine. Why was he doing that? Hey. It's a bit cold. The air conditioning's cold in here. I think this is a picture. This is a video. I think this is a video of Clint rapping. I'll turn the sound on for a little bit of it, but this is so cringe. Almost 500 of you are in for Ray Higdon's and my mentorship. Remember how she's like good at this? Almost 500 of you are in for the mentorship that Ray Higdon and I are offering.
Go crazy. Go crazy.
This looks like a cult. Okay, I'm going to turn the sound off, like down.
Go crazy. Go crazy.
It's not his rapping, but I bet you it was. Ooh. 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 Okay. Why isn't this playing in? So creepy.
Hey. What is up? What's happening? Tuesday. How are you? Greetings. Good morning. Good morning.
No, you're not mistaken. I have not sucked on a lemon. He's making my face make that sour look. What are you doing, man? What is this?
What's up? I got a special one for you here today. At least I think it is. I think it'll help some people.
You know what? I've been saying he has lost like 30 pounds or something, which wasn't a great big deal. But the pictures I've seen of him, pictures I've seen of him make his body look really tiny and his head look big, but he looks more in proportion now. So I wonder if his photographs are just a bit weird. I also need to do my lesson for tomorrow. I was sick today. We have reproductive health leave, except I misinterpreted what it's for because it is that time of the month, and I thought it was you could have a day off for that, and I was like, so I was confused. But I was not feeling well. I was like in bed all day. Anyway, I feel better now.
I've had a few people ask me about this, and so I'm going to be sharing my eating and exercise routine that's helped me lose 30 pounds. I just feel fantastic, man. I feel absolutely fantastic. And I got nothing for sale. So I don't.
Wrong. It's God. That's what you're selling. It's always the same thing at the moment. And so the thing that is for sale, Ray, is your coaching and your books and the God part. This is all a sale, you know?
I'm not selling you supplements. I'm not enrolling you in anything. You know, got nothing for you. I'm just going to share what I'm doing. Okay. Is that fair? It's not some trick. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and hopefully it helps you out. Hopefully it helps you out. And so I'm going to share, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 categories, because I've had a lot of people ask me like, well, what are you eating? Well, how are you exercising? Well, what are you doing for this? And so I'm just trying to knock this out in one video so I don't have to repeat myself. And then I'm going to point back to this video, for a long time until
Okay, but so what are your qualifications for doing this, Ray? Because I think that you're a network marketer. That's what your job is. And God, not a personal trainer. Is that, do you get that? Do you get that God is not a personal trainer? Someone left a funny comment on the video that I did with Ray. It's like, Ray's praying, and it's like, okay, God, tell me what to eat. And God says, hey, just stop scamming. And he goes, no bread? Okay. I can't remember who put it on there, but that made me chuckle.
until my routines drastically change. And so I will stick around and
You're going to dick around. He's dicking around. Okay.
answer questions for a little bit. And so there you go. All right. So who's excited? Is this you like this idea that I'm not sharing my weight loss journey to sell you a supplement or a protein shake or something? I'll share. I mean, I take some of that stuff, not much, but I take some of that stuff. I do have a protein shake that I drink, but I'm not selling it. You get it at Costco. And I take a few supplements, but they're all, pretty generic. They're not anything I'm selling you.
I appreciate that, actually. I think that's good. And Costco is a good place to shop at the moment because they're the only one of the bigger companies that is not rolling back DEI. And guys, can you guess who has benefited most from DEI? I'm not gonna guess it. Can you guess? Put it in the comments if you can guess. White women. It's white women. And so much of the human rights that have assisted others have helped white women get more rights. But it's the same old thing where they want to play you off against each other because they want us to be fighting so that we don't notice that they're taking our rights. Oh no, is Tish getting political? Yes. It's fundamentally who I am.
My sneaker collection. I don't have a big sneaker collection. I'm just not a sneaker guy, man. I got a couple. Cool ones. I mean, I used to have an impressive watch collection, but I sold all my watches. I had over 100 grand worth of watches. Sold them. Just don't care. I just don't care about that stuff. I don't really collect things anymore. I used to for most of my life, though. Anyway, we get off topic. And so let's have some fun. All right. First, I do want to announce this. Okay. Today's Tuesday. Next Tuesday, March 18th, I'm having my kickoff event for Business Abundance with God here in Naples, Florida. And so if you want to come in person, or if you'd like to watch from wherever you are, you can go to higdongroup.com/abundance, enter your information, and that is Business Abundance with God. That is Tuesday, March 18th. And all the details are on higdongroup.com/abundance. I'm really excited about that. This will be a local monthly meetup here in Naples, Florida, every month, whatever it is, second Tuesday or third Tuesday? I don't know. Probably second, I would guess. Or no, third. I'm sorry. Third Tuesday of every month. We'll be doing this meeting. And shout out to Miss Heather Kane, who is providing the facilities. We really appreciate that. AJ, that's awesome. All right. So drop a 1 if you're excited, and I'll just jump right in. How's that? I know a bunch of you have kind of sent me side messages. Hey man, what are you doing? Like,
I'm not excited. What have you done to be excited? Why does he have his ClickFunnels thing so like prominent? And why does it seem he said good morning? Why is it so like has he got a secret Twitch channel? Ray, are you a pogger?
eating? I'm going to knock it all out here. I'm going to leave everything on the field. I'm not going to hold anything back. So this hopefully will answer all possible questions. All right. So first of all, it would be crazy to share with you how I've lost 30 pounds without honoring God, because he's led the entire way.
It just like occurred to me. 30 pounds is not that much. It's not like, is it 15 kilograms? I mean, he was never chubby, he's always been sort of athletic, not fat. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like, he's not ever, it doesn't seem like he's ever like carried a lot of unwanted weight, if that's the right way to say about it. But like, I don't know, are people really bothering you for this? And he's going to say it's God. God has done this. Okay.
And you'll get what I mean, because there's zero part of my exercise or eating that I don't pray about. And I don't mean pray for. I don't mean like, Father, thank you for blessing this food. Although I do that, I'm saying, Father, what should I eat? Father, what should I work out? Father, am I using the 30-pound dumbbells or am I using the 35s? Right. So I literally pray about every single thing. And so
Do you have unlimited time? And like I said, so when I did the short video of mine, the top fails, I said, Ray, are you mistaking God's word for having thoughts? Because that's just having a thought. If you say, if you just say, dear God, should I use the 30-pound or the 35-pound dumbbell? Take away the dear God, right? Should I use the 35-pound or the 30-pound dumbbell? I'll use the 30 pound. That's called thinking. Is it not? Am I being gaslit by Ray Higdon right now? Let's find out.
if you are under the misconception that you can't hear from God, I would highly suggest you may want to consider getting my book, The Faith-Driven Network Marketer. It has nothing to do with weight loss.
Excuse me, sir. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You just said you're not selling anything. You said before, I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling anything. Oh no, I'm not selling anything. Except for this. I had like momentary respect for Ray. Fucked it up, didn't you, Ray?
But has everything to do with hearing from God and having him guide your direction. In this, it talks about my journey. It's pretty quick read. Most people enjoy it. And so I encourage you. You can get it at hidgengroup.com/book. But I may be giving away a few copies here today. And so pay attention and we'll have some fun. And so I have to start.
Pay attention. Are we that? Maybe, right? Because Ray prays about everything. Maybe he doesn't have enough time to say full words. See? That's how he's saving time. But also, I'm not selling anything.
With where I start every single day. So I wake up and I use the bathroom and then I get into prayer. And so I just kneel down and I follow the format of Psalm 100-4, which is thanksgiving and praise. And so I thank our Heavenly Father for all kinds of things. I mean, it takes several minutes to do this. And then I get into I have a fairly lengthy list of prayers that I pray, and prayers of protection, prayers of favor, prayers of thanks for certain traits, and so I go through a very long list of thanking. This part of prayer, I finish with doing a 3-minute exercise where I just close my eyes and I just thank God for His favor going in front of me in all different areas of my life. So I'll name people, I'll name groups, I'll name churches, I'll name all these just different things in my life that I'm either already connected to or would like to be connected to. right? And so I take 3 minutes and do that. And so this entire first process takes 10 to 12 minutes probably between my individual prayer, me reading out prayers and thanking God and praising him, and then me doing the 3 minute exercise around favor. Okay. And so that's step one. That is the very first thing I do. I do not check my phone. I don't check my email. I don't check social media. I don't stress about yesterday. I get into this right here. And that's what I do. Now, that's not all I do for prayer.
Right, because you told us before that you ask about everything. Also, I feel like there's judgment placed on people now. I don't check my phone. I don't get on social. So what if that's people? That's what people do. You know, who cares? They can do that. Free will. God gave us free will, after all. Right?
I'll come back to that. So first, who likes that idea? Who likes giving God their first fruits and actually dedicating the first part of your morning to Him? Who likes that idea? Who likes that idea? And who does anyone do something like this? Does anyone do something like this? Curious. Okay. And Noelle, you know what? I saw you mention that you'd like a copy of the book. You know what? We're going to give you a copy of the book. So Noelle, just shoot me in a direct message. I think it looks like you're on Facebook. Shoot me a direct message on Facebook, your mailing address, and I'll send you out an autographed copy of the Faith Driven Network Marketer. How's that? And then we'll give away. Maybe I'll break up each section. I'll give away a book.
Ooh, an autograph copy. Is this like a raffle? Are there rules? I know there's rules for raffles in America. So, interesting. Why do you have to have a giveaway, Ray? Why can't you just tell us about your weight loss journey? But we're starting at his morning prayer. Great.
A book at every section. Okay. Cool. All right. Now there is another thing that I do. Now, and keep in mind, I pray through the whole day. I mean, literally every single thing that I eat when I'm at the gym, every exercise that I do, I ask how many reps, how much weight. I'm telling you, I rely on him for literally everything. I rely on him for every single thing. But there is another standard thing that I do.
Is that entirely helpful? Is that healthy? That sounds like religious mania. Like if this is what it is, because for a long time, like I've thought this was a grift, and yeah, like that's concerning now. Everything you rely on God for. I mean, I think that there's people who are like pastors and priests and things like that who aren't this like committed to the word of God. Because also it seems like it's almost a crutch, you know? I don't think this is a healthy relationship. That's just my opinion.
And that is after
I'm going to make this faster.
But there is another standard thing that I do, and that is and I'm going to get through my workout. After I do my workout, after I get ready, I typically, take a shower. I do a prayer walk. And on my prayer walk, it's usually 20, 25 minutes. I leave my phone. I don't have headphones. I'm just totally me and him. And I do a 20, 25-minute walk. And I've been doing this now for probably maybe a month and a half, I would guess. And every day he's got three things for me. Now he'll let me ask unlimited number of questions, but he'll have three things for me. And we play this game where I have to guess. I'm like, Lord, is it about business? Is it personal? Is it about me? Is it about you? Is it about my family? Is it someone you want me to reach out to? So he lets me play this game. And sometimes, honestly, I do get frustrated. I'm like, okay, Lord, you got to help me with this. And
Yeah, this is delusional. This sounds like multiple personalities, or dissociative identity disorder. This is weird. Like, not judgmentally, but it's just unusual. There's like crap on my microphone that I'm trying to get off now.
And so I'll guess the category. And then once I guess the category, he typically will just give me the advice. And the primary categories I'll get is business. Business is one of them. And not every day.
That's convenient, right? It's convenient that he gives you business advice, considering you're a business person, right? It's very convenient.
But a lot of times he will give me a brilliant business idea, just brilliant. I'm like, I never thought of that. And by the way, for those of you who are convinced you never hear from God, it's not like it's Charlton Heston voice. It's not James Earl Jones. It's not some big booming voice. It's my inner voice, but it's words I wouldn't say. It's words that I wouldn't.
Yeah. No, it's just thoughts. I know. Like, that's the thing. I don't think that anyone thinks that. I think that well, for starters, like, if you think it's God coming up with these ideas, it's actually you. Like, how's your self-esteem that you can't say, I thought of that, you know?
Put together. And so a lot of times there's a business tip or suggestion. A lot of times there's a personal thing in there. One day he's like, hey, when you get home, give your wife a massage. I'm like, okay, great. That's good. One special one was, my son's oldest birthday, or my oldest son's birthday was this past Sunday. He turned 27. And I was thinking about, prior to the walk, I was thinking about, man, what should I get him for his birthday? Because I've been lame and just given him money in the past. And so I'm on the walk, and my son lives in Philadelphia with his fiance. They're both vegan. I think technically they're pescatarian because I think they do eat fish, some fish. And so I've been thinking about it. And on my prayer walk, I get, hey, send him 4 gift certificates of the best vegan restaurants in this town. That's a brilliant suggestion. I wouldn't have thought of that. And so I did it, and he loved it. He thought it was so thoughtful. He thought it was so cool. Him and his girl are going to be able to go out. Just really, really cool. And so the prayer walk has just been a game changer for me. He always gives me 3 things. And sometimes it's, I'm proud of you. I'll take that. But he'll let me ask unlimited questions during that. And this is, by the way, this is biblical. James 1:5 says, when you lack wisdom, ask, and it will be given to you liberally without reproach. And so, again, it's not a booming voice. It's not a burning bush. It's your inner voice, but it's words you wouldn't say. And so one exercise, we talked about this last night in our Faith and Finance Mastermind, one exercise for you is go get yourself a pad and a pen and ask God, how do you see me? How do you see the real me? And start writing. See what you get. See what comes up. It will not be anything.
That's called a stream of consciousness. It's a writing exercise. Okay. What Ray's suggesting here is not anything groundbreaking. This is normal. This is what people do when they're searching for meaning. And he's labeling it God. And it's probably just his inner self, Like, I'm agnostic, so I don't think that there's like a God who's like deciding on things and all that sort of stuff. Because if there was a God deciding on things, why would they decide to give children cancer, or for the genocide to be killing lots of children in Israel, in Gaza? Yeah, like, yeah, this is not what he thinks it is.
Condemning. It will not be anything negative. You're a loser, idiot. You're not going to get any of that. Check it out. Okay. So that's category number 1. Category number 2, there are 4 things that I do for my immune system. They're all fairly quick. You can do them very easy. All right. And so 4 things. All right. I'm like, what's the 4th? And so one is when I first, and I'm going to share my exercise routine. Is this helpful so far? I know I haven't gotten into eating or exercising, but I'm getting there. So when I get to the gym, literally the first thing I do. Now I will say, when I get to the gym, I strap on my headphones and I'm listening to the Bible app. And so I go through every 6 months, I go through the entire Bible. Why? How? Right? And this is just one of the ways I consume the Bible. So I read the Bible every day. I read a psalm every day. I read a proverb every day. And I read 6 pages of the Bible every day. Okay. Number 2 is I listen to one of the Bible in a Year plans on YouVersion, and I listen to 2 a day. So I get through the Bible every 6 months. Okay, so I've done this with ESV. I've done this NIV. I've done it right now. I'm going through New Living Translation, and on the side, I'm reading the Message Bible, and so a lot of consumption, right? So every day, I'm listening to 2 days of a Bible in a Year plan.
I think that's why? Why are you doing that? Why does some guy who's not like a priest, he hasn't done, what did Julie Joe do? Masters of Religion or something like that? Why? Why are you doing this? And why so much? Like, why is it so obsessive? It's just so concerning. And why would someone like this, why would they want to be training with fucking Enagic, the freedom era people, is very unusual, is very strange, and just like, why do you need that much Bible? Like, can you do this and just, not listen to a podcast or whatever? Like it, why? I don't understand. And he may say, "Oh, I get satisfaction from the word or whatever." We'll see if he expands on that.
And and so first thing I do. So the first thing I do for my immune system is a breathing technique I learned from my good friend Heather Christie, and this is a fast, simple way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So your sympathetic nervous system is your fight or flight mechanism. Your parasympathetic nervous system is your healing. It's how you heal. And so this helps with stress management, helps with healing, because the Lord's really ramped up my exercising, so it's like I need to heal, right? He's got me stretching myself, and so so the way that you do it is you take a deep breath in, but not into your chest, into your stomach. And so you breathe deep, so your stomach should expand. Okay. So you breathe into your stomach. And then as soon as you have as much air as you think you can hold, you do one last like inward take. So it's like, and you hold it as long as you can. And then you blow it out like you have a straw in your mouth, right? So it's like, and you blow it as slow as you can. And you want it to be slower than you intook the air. And you'll feel a difference when you're holding the air in your stomach. You'll probably feel it in your body. I do. I feel it in my body. I blow it out. I just feel a little clearer. So that's one thing. That's the first thing I do for my immune system. Second thing is I got rid of my cold plunge. There's debate. I cold plunge for a long time. There's debate on the long-term effects of cold plunge, and is it there's debate. Now, if you love cold plunge, keep doing it.
Oh, yeah, I tell you this much, that the people at Enagic love their cold plunges. So that might be a point of contention with them.
Whatever, right? Pray about it. When I prayed about it, I got to stop doing it. And so I'm like, okay. And so I got rid of it. But I do something I learned from my friend I met in Cabo, Dr. Pamba. How many know Dr. Pamba? Does anyone know Dr. Pamba? He's a pretty popular guy, sharp. He's always telling you what kills you, right? Like he's always like, something's killing you. Like that's always like his line, right? Candles are killing you, rice is killing you, like everything's killing you, right? But he's got some great advice. And so I saw him one day demonstrate a face plunge. Does anyone know about these face plunges? And so every morning, and what this does is it activates the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve also has a lot to do with healing, okay, and hormone regulation and a few other things. And so, so I got this, bucket basically. So I got this bucket. I fill it up with cold water. I dump a pretty good amount of ice. I basically empty my ice dispenser into it. I let it sit for 3 minutes, and I shove my entire face on, from like here, my whole face is in the bucket, and I hold it for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Get up, man. I feel great. I feel really good.
Q. Okay, they're gonna get the Enagic people. They're gonna get the GoPro, waterproof GoPro, and then I'm gonna do videos of them doing this face plunge. 100%. Mark my words.
It really is nice. And he says at least you don't get used to it. I prayed about it. I got a yes to do it, so I do it every single morning. Okay. So that's the second thing that I do. The third thing that I do is we have a little trampoline. The kids bounce on it all day long. I go and I do 3 minutes of just not aggressively jumping, but just basically heavy bouncing. And that releases the lymph nodes, and that's helpful too, right? So I prayed about that, got a yes to that. And one thing that I don't do every day, which I don't understand why. But I'm just obedient in prayer. So one thing I don't do every day, if I had to guess, it's probably every third or fourth day, is I ground. And so that's when you go out, you put your feet to the bare earth, and this supposedly eliminates some of the electromagnetic interference from you, helps alkaline your blood. Alkaline water doesn't alkaline the body apparently, but this is a process that can help create alkaline.
I did not expect to hear that. Oh no, Ray. Oh no, Ray. Alkaline water does do that. You're going to get paid lots of money to change your mind on that. I hope, oh God, I hope he says that. Oh, I have to clip this part. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, Ray. I'm afraid, Ray, that you're going to run into some trouble there. Also, I stopped it because I was going to say, but Enagic has an EMF, electromagnetic field, guard to do these things. And then he gave me that sweet little thing, 1940. All right.
And so I'll go outside. I did it this morning, feeling good. And so I've timed it, and it's about 6 minutes, sometimes a little bit more. If I haven't done it for a long time, it takes a little bit longer, but it's right around 6 minutes. And so I will just take my Bible out there with a chair, take my shoes off. And of course, I'm in Florida. So if you're in 6 feet of snow, this may be difficult, or take more courage, anyway. And so I did used to have a grounding mat. I got in prayer to sell that. So I sold the cold plunge, sold the grounding mat. And I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying what I got in prayer. You pray about it. All right. By the way, I'm not selling any of these things. So I got no agenda here. I don't care if you buy whatever. But so far, I've only sold you buckets and a cheap trampoline, right? And so I go out, ground, and I'll just bring my Bible, bring a chair, I'll read and get grounded at the same time. And so those are the 4 things that I do for immune system. I do take some basic supplements. So I take, let me see if I can remember. My favorite new thing that the Lord's added, I love these. They are turmeric and ginger chews from Costco. Number 1, they're delicious. And number 2, they really help with soreness, and they help with the immune system as well, apparently. And so I love these things. They are like candy. I just take 2 a day. That's
Ray. Turmeric? Son, he doesn't know what he's getting into with Enagic. Ukon is their turmeric supplement. There's no way these people are going to turmeric and what do you say? Ginger. And they're like candy? Turmeric and ginger together? Ray, that's cruel. Ugh.
the recommended thing. And I also take the vitamin D plus K. But what I prayed about and got that I shouldn't be taking multiple of those, but I should add more vitamin D. So I take an additional amount of vitamin D. I take a B vitamin, a multivitamin, zinc, and I think that might be it. I don't take much. He's actually reduced what I'm taking, and so I take those things, and that is the immune system, kind of stuff. Okay, is this helpful? Give me ideas, maybe, possibly. And I ground on grass, never concrete. No, I don't think you can ground on concrete. I ground on the grass in my backyard. Helpful. So who's going to take up some of these exercises? Maybe I'll give away another book. Who's going to take up some of these exercises? I mean, it's your call. I don't get a kickback if you ground all of a sudden, right? Okay. Someone's asking me about patches. I've had a lot of people send me patches, and the Lord has really helped me with pain. I used to have pain in all different areas of my body, and he actually increased the pain so that I wouldn't tolerate the pain anymore. And so I prayed about the pain. Some of the pain was spiritual warfare. Some of the pain in my side was a curse someone put on me. I had some issues with my eyes, which actually ended up being parasites, and the Lord had me take ivermectin and got rid of that. So he's actually increased pain in different parts of my body.
Not this shit. How does ivermectin affect the parasites in your eyes? That's something I need to look into. You had a curse on you? The Lord told me to take ivermectin. You sure it wasn't Fox or some stupid podcaster who has more money than brains and just puts misinformation out there? And I know that Christy and her crew are going to love that. Oh, ivermectin. Because I don't know if I'm not sure if you can get it in Australia. I thought ivermectin was something different, that it would have nothing to do with parasites in your fucking eyes. What are you talking about? And you wear glasses. It's not like he's healed everything in your life.
So that I wouldn't, what's the word? Just allow it. And so right now, I'm feeling fantastic. And I'll share. There's a certain exercise that I do that really helps me with pain, and it's crazy. All right, it's gonna be weird, but I love it. I do it every day, and it keeps all pain away from my shoulders, which is amazing. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna pick Linda Lowen. I'm sorry. So Linda, send me your mailing address in a direct message, and I'll ship you out a copy of the Faith Driven Network Marketer. We'll autograph it for you, ship it out to you. And so, all right, let's keep moving forward. Third thing that I do, and then we'll get into exercise and eating. I promise. I'm trying to be as complete as possible, so I never have to repeat this until my routines change. So next is energy and emotion management. This is very important. I don't want to say it's the most important, but it's extremely important. So, we have some helpful scripture around this. 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, "I tame my body and make it my slave." Okay, I tame my body and make it my slave. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, I take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, Jesus says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. I'm stringing these together to lay out how I manage my energy and emotions. And then Philippians 4 says, rejoice in everything. Again, I say rejoice in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Mark 11:24 says, when you pray, praise if you've already received. So I take all of this scripture, and that's all of these combine to actually help me manage my energy and my emotions. And so when I am in a funk, and when you're in a funk, I will just use this scripture and say, Father, thank you for increasing my joy. And I'll be, it's amazing. Often, within minutes, you'll have one of my kids do something funny to make me laugh or put me in a good mood. Yesterday we had, we live in our neighborhood is like the kid capital of the world. There's those kids running up and down with scooters and bikes and skateboards and rollerblades. And we're just kid nation, right? So our kids are just in absolute heaven. Yesterday there were.
Sounds really nice, Ray. I think Ray's a Christian nationalist, so it's all right for your kids to be in, kid nation, kid happiness, etc. If only that was all the kids, you'd think your God would be interested in that.
Boys and I think 3 girls over, right? So 7 kids over. They're just playing all day. Some in the pool, some upstairs, some are wrestling. It's craziness. And so it was a little stressful. And so I found myself like a little off. And so I said, Father, thank you for increasing my joy. And right after I say that, I go to one of the kids and I said, hey buddy, did you want a snack? Did you want some chips or something? And he goes, he's 5, and he says, I don't want to get fat. I'm like, okay. He's like, he's like normal. He's not super skinny, but he's not fat. He doesn't have a weight problem. But a 5-year-old, I don't want to get fat. Okay, RFK, you got it, buddy.
What? You offered a child a snack and they said to you they don't want to get fat, and you think that was God sending you a joyful moment. Okay, and he said, okay, RFK. What the fuck? That sounds disordered. That doesn't sound funny. Why would a child be saying that? I know why, because they are copying what they've heard. That's why. I'm not going to do this all in one setting. So we're back. It's like 2 days later, because yesterday I made a quick reel. But making a quick reel for me is like a couple of hours. And then at nighttime, I was just testing Restream to see if it would work with TikTok, and it did work. So I was watching Fun Party on TikTok live with like 2 lurkers. We love a lurker. Now I am wearing one. Woke up this afternoon, and my ear was really sore. It must have just been in the wrong position, so no stretcher in there at the moment. All right, let's keep going with Ray.
So next is energy and emotion management. This is very important. I don't want to say it's the most important, but it's extremely important. So, we have some helpful scripture around this. 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, I tame my body and make it my slave. Okay. I tame my body and make it my slave. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, I take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, Jesus says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness.
Good job, Ray. You can memorize Bible verses. Maybe that's impressive to some people. But do people memorize sales pitches? Do people memorize the aspects of their products? You know what I mean? Like, do they memorize parts of their job that they have to repeat? Yeah, people do that because that's part of their job. And as far as I can see, that's what Ray thinks his job is now. It's repeating the Bible verses and things like that. And so people who are not as impressed as me, people who are more impressed, sorry, not as impressed, think that's really amazing, and it indicates that he is a highly religious man, obviously, like How could he not be? He obviously, this man is very religious because he remembers all those things. Good job, Ray. You're playing the part perfectly. Oh, is now a good time to talk about loves to Jesus? I'm going to make a brooch out of him. Loves to Jesus. That's who I'm going to pray to. All right.
I'm stringing these together to lay out how I manage my energy and emotions. And
No. You're stringing these together because that's the grift.
then Philippians 4 says, rejoice in everything. Again, I say rejoice in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving. Present your request to God. Mark 11:24 says, when you pray, praise if you've already received. So I take all of this scripture, and that's all of these combine to actually help me manage my energy and my emotions. And so when I am in a funk, and you know when you're in a funk, I will just use this scripture and say, Father, thank you for increasing my joy. And I'll be, it's amazing. Often, within minutes, he'll have one of my kids do something funny to make me laugh or put me in a good mood. Yesterday we had, we live in our neighborhood is like the kid capital of the world. There's kids running up and down with scooters and bikes and skateboards and rollerblades. And we're just kid nation, right? So our kids are just in absolute heaven. Yesterday, there were 4 boys and I think 3 girls over, right? So 7 kids over. They're just playing all day. Some in the pool, some upstairs, some are wrestling. It's craziness. And so it was a little stressful. And so I found myself like a little off. And so I said, Father, thank you for increasing my joy. And right after I say that, I go to one of the kids and I said, hey, buddy, did you want a snack? Did you want some chips or something? And he goes, he's 5. And he says, I don't want to get fat. I'm like, okay. He's like, he's like normal. He's not super skinny, but he's not fat. He doesn't have a weight problem, but
I've heard this before, but that's fine. And I'm disgusted, doubly disgusted the second time hearing it, because Ray thinks this is funny. This is a moment of brevity in his life, brought to you by God, apparently. A 5-year-old who is not overweight says he doesn't want to eat chips so he doesn't get fat. Where has he heard that? Where's this child heard that? Where have they heard that you have less value if you have more, weight in your body? That makes me so sad for this child. And I think that Ray doesn't understand God because that's not funny. That makes me want to organize for this kid to talk to a therapist. That's what that does, because that's disordered thinking. Food doesn't have value. Food is energy. It's not good or bad. This is just so gross. Like I said, I'd heard this before, and it's like even worse the second time. But it just shows you what Ray also, he thinks this is funny. A little kid worrying about putting on weight. He thinks God sent that to him so that he could have a love. That's weird too.
a 5-year-old, I don't want to get fat. Okay, RFK, you got it, buddy. And so
A reference RFK as well. What's RFK been eating lately? Have you seen him at Steak and Shake with Sean Hannity eating tallow fries? Who cares if they're in beef tallow or seed oil? There's nothing wrong with seed oil. But beef tallow, just as bad. Just as bad for your cholesterol, all that sort of shit. It's fat. Not as in I'm fat, a fat person. It's literally fat rendering from beef. Yeah, so he's been eating burgers and fries, and he's the one who's healthy, apparently. Sure.
like this, when I say, Father, thank you for helping me increase my joy, almost always within minutes, something will happen that cracks me up. My daughter will say something that cracks me up. My son will say something that cracks me up. It's just amazing how it works. And so what I don't do ever is just stay down. Oh. And so Nehemiah 8:10 says, the joy of the Lord is my strength.
He doesn't stay down, people. He doesn't. Good for you, Ray. Good for you. So you don't have depression. I'm telling you, brother, if I could not stay down, I wouldn't. Depression's fucking terrible. All right? It's really bad. I think I've said this before. I, as a depressed person all my life, I think it was coming out when I was 16-ish. I never realized that there were people in this world who didn't think about suicide. I thought that was normal. I thought it was really normal to be suicidal. It's not. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So, yeah, it would be nice if positive thinking could get me out of depression, Ray, but no. What does? This does. Prestige. This is the, what's it called? The generic brand. This stuff is fucking amazing. Because I am forgetful sometimes, if there's like a couple of days in between like getting my new prescription, I can feel that. This is life-saving. And I'm okay with that. It's not an addiction, like RFK wants to say it is, and he wants people who are on SSRIs to go to camps or something. That sounds suspicious. Thankfully, I live in Australia, but there's nothing wrong with antidepressants. Any medication is going to have side effects or not going to work for everybody. But the overwhelming amount of people who take this for depression, it works for them. That otherwise people wouldn't be taking it. I tried like Lexapro, Zola, like what else? Cipramil? I can't remember. But that's the one. That's my drug. Okay, and I need it to function in life. So that's not a weakness on my behalf. And no amount of praying is going to fix it. So shove your fucking positive thinking up your ass. That sounded very bitter. Oh look, God gave me a giggle as well. Ooh, now we're all doing it.
And so what I've learned to do is when something unexpected that has a negative connotation comes at me, I treat it, I treat my experience with excitement and hope. And so, we were involved in this investment, and some of the investment guys are being sued, right? And so we got, well, not like subpoenaed, but we got to ask some questions, right? So this lawsuit.
What? Technically, it's lunchtime, but I just woke up, so cheers. You were involved in an investment, and some of the people involved were getting sued, so you had to make a deposition. What? That doesn't sound very legit, Ray. That sounds kind of like you're making bad business choices. A little bit suspicious. Hmm.
You never like that, right? You don't want to deal with this. So when the lawsuit, it's not a lawsuit against me, but when this court case came at us, I'm like, Lord, I can't wait to see what you do with this. When something unexpected and a negative connotation comes at me, I'm just like, Lord, I can't wait to see what you do with this. Because I know that, and we're instructed, by the way, Romans 5:3-4, James 1:2, count it all joy, my brothers, when you face trials of different sorts. So I know that in the trial, God is growing me. And that's how I handle all things that are even close to being negative. What if you manage your day that way?
Yeah, you can do this without God. That's called resilience. That's literally what resilience is. You don't need God to do this. Yes, you can acknowledge that you're going through hard times, that it's a trial. And then when you get through it, you can reflect upon it. That does not have to be a religious thing. And I can understand why the people who wrote the Bible are like, oh, let's connect this to some doctrine and dogma and let's make women really subjugated in all this. Okay, ugh. Fuck the women. And yeah, let's slap a label on it. Religion, Christianity. when all it is just being a human, trying things out, failing and learning, or winning and learning, right? It happens to everybody, regardless of their religious affiliation. Hello, this is Editing Tish. I have been trying to get the Ray video in sync with the words, and I can't fucking do it. It's really pissing me off, and I can't do it anymore. So, I'm going to make the picture of Ray really small, and it's better to look away. Okay? It's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm too stressed. It's too stressful, alright? I've tried to sync it up. I don't know why the player wasn't in sync. Anyway, that's it. Bye.
What if you manage your day that way? Okay. And so I'll move on because I know that the last two categories are probably what you guys want the most. And again, all of this, I mean, if you see, every single category is connected to our Heavenly Father. There's no category I have that's not. Okay. So let's get into exercise and then we'll finish with eating. Fair enough? Enjoying it so far? Drop a 1 if you're getting value. Again, I don't got any supplements to sell you. I got no protein. Oh, the protein I take, we'll get to eating, but the protein I take is the, I think it's called Gold Standard Whey from Costco. Huge old bag. Sometimes it's on sale. Like if you can catch it on sale, I think it retails for $61 or $62. But I've caught it on sale a couple times when it's $50. Hell of a deal. Hell of a deal. Now, I'm positive when I get to the eating thing, right? There's some of you gonna say, well, this brand's better, this brand's better, this brand's better. Listen, I listen to the Lord. I don't listen to gurus. I don't listen to who's selling their wares and hawking their supplements, right? I have nothing against it, but I listen to the Lord. If the Lord tells me to buy a certain brand, I buy that brand. If he tells me, I get a green light, not every day, but often to eat peanuts. Now, the gurus tell you peanuts, they're killing you, right? They're the worst thing ever. I'm not addicted to it, by the way. Like if the Lord said, don't ever eat a peanut for the rest of your life, no big deal. But I get nudged off that. I don't know why. And when I get to the eating part, I just encourage you not to just copy what I'm doing, but you to copy how I got there and pray. I did pray.
Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for success because we've all got your life experience, Ray. Ooh, good pause story. God told me to dance, so I danced. He's looking a little bit Trumpy there. That's how Trump dances. Who has this much time in the like, oh, okay, I need to have lunch. I'm gonna pray. If you have bread, peanut butter, margarine, I don't know what do you guys make sandwiches with like butter and then you put it, I've never thought about that. If you up like you've got the ingredients for a peanut butter sandwich in front of you and you pray, right? And you say, what should I have for lunch? God. And God says, steak. But you don't have steak? What then? What do you do then, Ray? That's what I like. It seems to me there's a lot of subconscious thought here based on what you actually have in the house, what you like to eat, because as I've said before, I don't think Ray's praying. I think that he is just having thoughts. He thinks it's praying. Or God talking to it.
Hey, last night I was curious. I'm like, Lord, is what you're telling me to eat, is that personal to me? Is that what you would suggest to everyone else? And I got that it was personal to me, and it's going to vary by person. Things that I eat that he's just because of whatever, it's really good for me, not for you. So my whole advice here is learn how to draw closer to God. Learn how to better hear from him. I talk all about that in my book.
Remember how he said he's not here to sell anything? Not selling anything. I'm not here to sell anything. Yes, you are. So many things. Your coaching, your book, your conference, your Facebook group, everything. It is all for sale right here.
I know it's Facebook network. Every chapter has a couple questions to ask God, and every chapter has a prayer too, right? So my main gist of all that I'm sharing is get into prayer, find out your eating and exercise routine, but I will share. I am sharing. All right, so let's get into exercise, okay? So now I recently had a switch. Where I've been doing roughly the same thing every day. And then I think Friday, I got in prayer, it's time to add muscle. I'm like, all right, giddy up. And so he's at it in my prayer walk. The third thing he brought up that day was, I want you to start doing 200 push-ups a day. I'm like, okay, no problem. And so I do 4 sets of 50 every day. That's just added to what I was already doing. He's increased my protein intake. I don't track it. If I had to guess, I'm probably taking in 200 to maybe 230 grams of protein a day. I weigh 173 now. I was 205. I mean, hell, at one time I was 255. Okay. But I've kind of been at 205 for the last several years, 173 now. And what he's had me do for my shoulders, man, my shoulders, bro, I'm gonna tell you what he's had me do for my shoulders. My shoulders are I think this is the strongest my shoulders have ever been. And there was a time where I was benching 365. And so now I cannot bench 365 now, but man, my shoulders are rock solid. Okay. And so let's get into exercise. So I get to the gym, I do that breathing exercise for my immune system first, and then I do my first round of 50 push-ups. And then I do my first set. I do 3 sets of the Pilates 100 for abs. So look it up. I'm not going to describe it to you because it's kind of weird. It has to do with breathing and you're laying on the floor. But I actually got nudged by my good friend Lisa Grossman. Feel free to tag her because I love her. She's amazing.
Oh, Lisa Grossman. Are you still at Prove It, Lisa? Beef colostrum, the colostrum MLM. Anything ever happen there? And Prove It's been bought by Herbalife. I think Erin's going live about it tomorrow. Yeah, interesting. Lisa Grossman. I do know what hundreds are. They, I know. I would never do them again. I've done them before. No, thank you. This is just crazy that I'm trying to think if there is anyone else. Like, I don't really know religious people. Are there other religious people who talk about how God is their personal trainer? Because really, he doesn't have he's got the abs, I suppose, Jesus, It's so bizarre to be taking your training from Jesus, from God, especially because you've been exercising your whole life, it seems like, and so that you've got an idea. I would like to see this in practice, which is what you're trying to tell people to do if they've never worked out. That's what I'd like to see, because I imagine a lot of people are going to get hurt. So make sure you keep up the disclaimers there, Ray.
I was visiting her in Texas a few months ago. And she said, the best thing you can do for your abs is the Pilates 100, which I've never heard of. And so I prayed, I'm like, Lord, should I be doing that? Yes. All right. So I've done it every single day since she told me. And so I do 3 sets of the Pilates 100 with abs. And so look it up. I'm not going to describe it to you. And then 2 sets in, I do my second round of 50 push-ups. And then I go to the rope thing, what I'm talking about, where you normally do the rope for triceps. I use it, but I use it for crunches. So I kneel down on the ground and I do 3 sets of 30 of that. I finish my last 2 sets of 50 push-ups. So now I've done 3 sets of 100 of the 3 sets of 100 of the Pilates 100. I've done 4 sets of 50 push-ups, and now is wherever the Lord is guiding me. Those things are kind of standard. I do those every day, no matter what. There are days, usually about once a week, he does have me not work out. Now it's not always Sabbath, which by the way is Saturday, not Sunday. But anyway, and so there is like last week he had me take Friday off. I don't know why, but okay. The other thing he's had me do is for the last, I don't know, 6 months since I started all this. The last 6 months, he's barely had me train legs, right? Barely had me train legs at all. Now he's got me training legs like every 2 or 3 days, and so after the Pilates 100, after the rope crunches, then it's all right, Lord, what do you got? Right? Am I doing a body part? And so he'll have me do a body part and usually do 2 different exercises for that. So sometimes and those exercises vary. I pray about the weight. I pray about the reps. He does push me, right? They're tough, right? They're not easy. And so a couple weight exercises. I don't really feel the need to go into all those different things, but some days it's shoulders, some days it's back. Back I do pull-ups and pull downs. Chest is now he's kind of switched me to a machine because I'm at a dinky gym. My gym is the dinkiest gym you've ever been to. Okay. It's dinky. The highest dumbbell is 60 pounds. Okay. So, I mean, I can rock those out on inclines now. So it's.
Why don't you ask God to find you a better gym? You could do that, Ray.
It's just not. There's nowhere left for me to go there, and it's my neighborhood gym, so it's extremely convenient. I have asked, Lord, do you want me to go to bigger? You want me to go to Gold's? It's right around the corner, LA Fitness or whatever it is. Nope. He knows me. He knows I like convenience, and so I go to this dinky gym. It's not impressive at all, and so there's limitations there, but we manage it. And so, okay, so I do 2 exercises by body part. Again, usually 1 day a week has me just not work out. That's never my choice. I want to work out every day. I enjoy working out, and so not crazy about it when he's like, don't work out today. I'm like, okay, all right. And so I'm not looking to get out of working out. I enjoy working out. Okay. And so during this time, I will have completed the 2 days of my audio Bible study, the Bible in a year. This is why I get through a Bible every 6 months. And I just start over. I do a different plan, but still a Bible in a year plan. So I've gone through several of those. And then now I come home. Now it gets interesting. If it's not already. I do the 5 animal movements. All right. So if you look on YouTube, and this, my friend Curtis Broom told me about, same day that Lisa told me about the Pilates 100. I prayed about it. Like, Lord, should I be doing this? Yes. Changer for pain. Oh. So sometimes I'll come home. Oh, I forgot. The last thing I always do in the gym, the last thing I always do every day is I hold 5-pound dumbbells. Give this a try. See how you do. Right. So I hold 5-pound dumbbells and I do 120 jabs with this arm. I do 120 jabs with this arm. And then I do left, right, left, right, left, right for 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Give it a shot. See how you do. Probably going to be hard, right? So your shoulder's probably going to be screaming unless you do this kind of thing. And so a lot of times, I mean, especially like chest day or shoulder day, and I do the punches, like my shoulders, feeling it. My shoulders are never sore because of the animal movements. And so the animal movements stress mobility, not just stretching or flexibility. I did stretching for years and I never felt more flexible. I did stretching for years. I would still get off the couch. I would feel like an old man. I feel like I'm 75 years old. And so these things, unbelievable. I just feel nimble. I feel mobile. I'm like floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Like I just feel fantastic from these things. These things, I mean, they only take, probably like 6 minutes. And I do all 5 of the 5 animal movements if you YouTube it. It's the only 5 animal movements you need or something like that. And it's a bunch of dudes with ponytails in the woods doing weird stuff. But these things work, man, because you're putting a lot of pressure, a lot of body weight on your arms and on your shoulders, and it just strengthens you in a weird way. And so I do these every day. They're amazing. And then the last, I can think of, the last thing I do is I do these hand grip things. These are pretty tough ones. I mean, they're like I do 3 sets with this. I do 175.
Is this? I might send this to Julie Anderson because is this just Ray talking himself up? Look at all the shit I can do. I'm a fucking hero. I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm not even in pain. That's how good I am. Yeah. Have you trained your body to do this? Probably. I don't know. Is it telling the truth? I don't know. Do people want to know this? It's so weird. Like this guy, he's not a personal trainer. And he can say that God is guiding him, but it's his subconscious. Like that's what it is.
65. And then I eat. Right now, before I go to the gym, after my prayer and after my visualization, God's favor, I will have a protein shake. That's the Costco thing. So I do 2 scoops. I also do a scoop of PB2, which I'm very grateful. The Lord gave me yesterday. That was nice. And so I got a big scoop of PB2, 2 scoops of the protein. So it's it's a little bit over 50 grams of protein.
God even says how many scoops of stuff. God, should I have sugar in my coffee? Nope. Oh, okay, that's great. This is going to taste terrible. Thanks, God. You want me to experience that. This sounds like religious mania. I'm sorry. This does not sound healthy. God shouldn't be guiding your life this much. That sounds like you don't have any control over your life, that you pray to God for absolutely everything. It's bizarre.
That I take before I go to the gym. Okay. All right. So I think that catches you up on all the different prayer things, my immune system stuff, energy, emotion management, exercises. Now let's talk about eating. Now, eating is probably the area you're going to disagree with me the most, probably. Okay. And so I've had 1 piece of bread in the last 4 months. And that is because I was at a different church than normal and they use white bread for the sacrament. And I asked the Lord, is this okay? I got a yes. I'm like, okay, cool. I took it. I'm like, that was delicious. I believe one of the absolute keys is I don't have sweet. I don't have any fruit. No fruit. Okay. Sorry, I know you're going to disagree. Some of you are going to be like, what? That's craziness. But I just do what he tells me to do. Now, if you pray, maybe you're all fruit. I don't know. But for me, avoid fruit. That's what I get. What about blueberries? No. All right. Okay, fine. And so I don't have anything sweet. The only remnants of sweet is the protein shake, which has like 4 grams of carbs or something. It's the only remnant of sweet taste. I think a big mistake that people make is they get alcohol sugar and they do all these keto recipes, these brownie balls and all these different things. So you still actually crave the sweet taste. I don't crave the sweet taste anymore. If someone walks by me with a foo-foo sugar drink, I'm repulsed. I'm like, ugh. I mean, it's like something in me that's just like, oh, it just looks so gross to me. I haven't had that sweet taste in so many months. Now, I do get a green light on sweet potatoes, and so I do probably 2 to 3 sweet potatoes a week. And he's had me start adding goat cheese on it. And so obviously there's carbs, right? So I'm not on any diet. This is how I eat now. So I'm not on carnivore. I've never studied carnivore. I'm not on keto. I'm not on low carb, no carb. I'm not on any of this stuff. I eat whatever I get in prayer that isn't okay for me to eat. And so that's meat for sure, lots of it. Meat, cheese, eggs, salmon. I don't think I've gotten a yes on any other seafood, but I got a yes on salmon, so I can have salmon, whenever. But usually when I go out, unless I've already had a heavy protein day, I'll have me have steak. Usually is leaning more toward red meat. Eat a lot of grass-fed beef, so we probably cook up some grass-fed hamburger, ground beef, 2 to 3 times a week.
That's nice that you can afford grass-fed beef. Like I said, so if somebody's sitting in front of peanut butter sandwich ingredients and they get told that they can't eat it, by God, it's a bit problematic, isn't it?
I go through a lot of that. I do eat veggies, not a ton, but broccoli and all these different things. And for those of you, again, this is the area you're going to disagree with me the most. It's not my ideas. Okay, these aren't mine. As far as breakfast, it's usually my wonderful wife will make me some eggs, or I'm eating some leftovers. I don't need a breakfast item. Like I don't care if there's ground beef left over. That's what I'm having for breakfast. I eat some weird things that India brews. Pepperoni. I eat some pepperoni, sausage, eggs, all different kinds of cheese. I'm trying to think what I get a no on. That wouldn't be obvious. I don't remember last time I had regular potato. Don't even remember. I get a no on all the other nuts, weirdly enough. And I know that some of the other nuts, at least everyone says, is healthier than peanuts. But I get a yes on peanuts for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. Okay, so let me think. All right, so let's open it up for questions. So to my knowledge, I've gone through my prayer routine, consistent routine, energy and emotion management routine, exercise routine, eating routine. What questions do you guys have? Yeah, so Jeannie, I used to be a Reese addict. Like people that know me, they're like, man, that boy liked Reese's. So they would buy me a big Reese cup for Easter or something, and I would eat the entire thing. So I used to be. Now I don't. Not only do I not crave it, it actually repulses me. And no offense, I don't know. Okay, I got a yes that it's okay for me to say this. Sugary stuff just seems feminine to me. It just repulses me. It just like eh.
He got a yes to share that one. Sugary sweet stuff seems feminine to you. Also, you're in your masculine era. Is that what we're hearing now? That's what this is about. Being masculine. Eating Reese's is masculine. Food doesn't have any value. It's not good or bad. And if you ate the whole Reese's, then was that you doing the wrong thing? That like it just feels like judgment on others, and this is his way of being sanctimonious. I am the best Christian because I pray to God every minute, and I'm so dutiful to His word. Look at me, I'm the best Christian. I'm the best. I'm the best Christian. Have you tried Ozempic, Ray? Because he said he was 205 for a long, long time. This is funny because I've seen so many people who just get that, that little bit of last bit of push on that plateau that they're on. It's interesting. Just a question I'm asking. But this is just him. Like I thought this was a bit boring, but it's very revealing for him to say, "I just find it feminine." Okay. Do you understand that that is a societal construct, that it's not like written in stone, and that feminine and masculine, it's all made up. It's all made up. So you putting your own like thoughts and ideas on that also it means nothing. This is all absolute bullshit.
I just don't want it. And I used to be a sweet freak. I mean, I used to Seriously, if someone bought me a 10-pack of Reese's, I would eat the whole damn thing. If they bought me one of those great big Reese Rabbits, I would eat the whole thing. So believe me. I start now. Okay, one interesting thing that he has me do. Most days I'll stop eating at like 3:30. Most days. Most days I'll stop eating at like 3:30 p.m. And then I'm getting up. I'm normally consuming that protein drink like at 5 a.m. is usually my normal. All right, so it's not exactly intermittent fasting, but it's not that far off. Questions? I don't drink any milk. I never really drank much milk, but I do take whey protein. In what form? So we happen to have stocked up on ivermectin when people are being weird about it, and so it's just a pill form.
I did look up the ivermectin parasites in the eyes, and apparently you can use it for that. It is used for parasites, and I don't understand why anyone would use it for anything except parasites. But also, there are other medication you can take that help with parasites. You don't have to take something that was created for animals. You can take something that's created for humans with science and research and that sort of stuff, Remember science?
I definitely do not eat any buns. No chance. No. And I'm just used to it now. I'm just used to eating burgers and whatever with not my hands. I do eat salad, sure. I got a yes to ranch dressing and blue cheese dressing. I don't do much of it, but I got a yes to those for me. I stopped drinking alcohol. I don't know, 4 months ago, something like that. I haven't had coffee or any form of caffeine in almost a year and a half, probably. The Lord did that. Bacon's kind of weird for me. I used to love it. I now like bacon if it's in something, like if it's in an omelet or a scramble. I don't like bacon by itself anymore. I don't know why. So, how much time does it take me to do all these things? Well, the exercise is probably total 25, maybe 30 minutes. The immune system stuff, total of 9 minutes, probably 9 minutes. All this eating stuff, you're going to eat anyway, so I don't know. Yeah, burger salads are great. I only drink water. I don't drink anything else. And yeah, as far as, so some of you are like, hey, you should check out this. Hey, you should check out that. I just pray on it. I don't check out anything. I pray, Lord, should I check this out? Should I go do this thing? How do I eat my ground beef? We cook it. I just eat it with a spoon. Sometimes I'll put, cheese on it. Sometimes I throw peanuts in it. I know that may sound strange, but I find it really good. And I know there's some haters of peanuts on here. I'm just saying, I get a green light, so that's what I do. And also, I don't drink cold water anymore. He nudged me to do room temperature, so I do room temperature. And for me, again, like Robert's saying, it's not a diet. This isn't a diet. This is now how I eat. I no longer eat sugar stuff. I no longer eat bread. I no longer eat candy bars. And I never get a yes to any protein bars. I've asked. Believe me, I used to eat a lot of protein bars. I get a no to every single protein bar I've ever asked. And a lot of times someone's like, hey, this thing's keto, and I get a no to it. And I don't know. I think if there's a commonality of what I get no to, is there a sweet taste to it? He wants me away from sweet taste. And cold showers. He moved me away from cold showers. Not that they get that cold here in Florida, but I don't do it. I do not have a weight loss support group. My encouragement is, I have a prayer group, and so the common theme of every category I just shared with you is prayer. And so I would encourage you to get the Faith Driven Network Marketer if you're wanting to get better at hearing him, because I talk all about it. And then also just a reminder. Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I'm doing my very first kickoff event in Naples, Florida for Business Abundance with God. And if you want to learn more about that, that's Tuesday, March 18th. It's Higdon.
No, I'm not selling anything, but I'm not selling anything, but I'm not selling anything, but I'm not selling anything.
Group.com/abundance. And so I hope this is helpful to you. What started all of this, by the way, what started everything? I think I froze there for a second. What started everything for me is I gave the Lord permission to make me excellent in every way. And some people say, well, you don't got to give the Lord permission. I don't think the Lord cares how great of a shape you're in. I really don't. He cares about he cares about where your heart is, but you still have free will. And so I said, Lord, I give you absolute permission, make me excellent in every way. If it needs to be tough, make it tough. I want to be excellent. I want to be an excellent representation of you and your glory. And please help me in every area of my life. And he improved me as a man, as a husband, as a father, and my body, losing 30 pounds. And so I appreciate you guys so very much. I hope this was helpful to you. Share it with someone if you like. If you like this kind of thing, share it or tag somebody. And I'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you so much. God bless. Bye.
How can you tell that I don't have Botox? Oh, well, Ray. Ray Higdon, Whammy Higlitz, Raymothy Higginbotham. That it sounds like religious mania. I'm sorry, it just does. It sounds like too much. I just like, and also that Ray's the best Christian, but also time consuming. Who has? I don't think that's what God is asking for. Imagine if, like, pretend in this scenario that God does exist and everybody is praying to him every single moment of the day for every single decision they have to make. God, should I turn left even though the GPS says to turn right? Yes. Like, what are we doing here? And then he has his little hints at the crunchiness, you know? We've got the ivermectin. We've got the, oh, I see, sweetness and sugary foods and drinks as feminine. A kid, you think it's funny when a kid says he doesn't want to be fat at the age of 5. Just little things like that that just turn me, that indicate it's still the same Ray and he's still got the same sort of ideas. All right, we're going to leave it there. The reason why I did this is because I wanted to look at how Ray was talking and how that might fit in with the Enagic people. It's going to be interesting because they are not that religious. So it'll be interesting to see if they bring that part in. Because all of those guys, you know, the Legacy Brotherhood boys, oh, fucking faulty. I don't think Ray's going to go for them. But he's getting paid money. The training or the mentorship is nearly $500 each, and they've got 500 people. 250,000. Just dropping a cool 250 or 25,000. Hang on. Did I do that wrong? Calculator. 500 times 500. 20. No, it is 250,000. It's less than that, so I think it's about like $400. It's about 200 grand. The one, like, they absolutely fleece their downline at an Enagic. It's disgusting. Because, you see, you only get the one commission off them. So you need to get money from them in other ways, right? Yes, there are things that make them different to another network marketing company because you don't have to keep buying product, but you do buy Ukon. However, they still find a way to get the money out of you. All right, I've been avoiding planning my move, so that's what I need to go and do. And find a house to move into. All right, thanks a lot. If you want to like and subscribe, that's a free way of supporting me. If you would like to join my membership to support me, that'll be great. I would love that. I might make up some more membership tiers just to see if I can drum up a bit of membership-y. Membership-y? You know what I mean. All right. Thanks very much, and thanks for watching, and God damn it. See you next time. Bye.